You're now listening to a Rat House Production podcast. For more podcasts like this, head to retthaus.net.
check.
Hey guys, welcome to the new year and new episode for the Hump Paranormal. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Jose.
And I'm Aaron.
And special guest,
Cookie.
And another special guest on the couch,
Patrick.
There we go.
Yeah, we got our own guy on the couch.
Patrick. And as always, we got producer Chris. He's micless right now.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get you mic'd up soon. We have to get extra mics.
Everything's going correctly with the equipment. We're recording. All right, because this is going to be the third time that we try to say like where we came from, why we do Hunt for the Paranormal, and what we believe in.
And it always gets like corrupt.
Yeah, the first time was at Weird Con where we did a panel, and somehow the recorder just stopped halfway through. And then last week we did it before our break, and we had our guest Justin on, and he was like, "All right, spirits, do something paranormal," and then we lost the episode, pretty much. Yeah.
It was very
I thought it was hilarious.
So round 3.
Yeah.
Test your mic.
All right, so who wants to start off first?
You.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Hi, guys. So pretty much paranormal's been always around me for years. Like me and you always fucking say I'm pretty much around the same time frame, our age, like 12, 13.
Yeah, always like middle school.
Yeah. So on that aspect of it, and then just a bunch of crazy shit. Probably everybody, if you're new, you're going to listen to this very interesting story. If you're current listeners, I know you guys
you probably heard it before.
You guys have heard it multiple times. So it was a night when I was...
Before Christmas.
Yes, it was. Let me have my Nightmare Before Christmas moment, damn it. So what happened was it was a night of drinking. This is when I was still out stationed up in Fort Lewis, Washington. And... So me and Cookie and a friend and her friend, who were dropping off at the air base, right? Mm-hmm. So we're driving, and then we see you're the one that pointed it out, right?
Yeah, the coyote.
Yeah, the coyote. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it, I'll bless son of a bitch when we come back, because homegirl was closer to the exit for the base, so it made sense. So
this was out when you guys were serving.
Yeah. So that time too, I used to roll my own cigarettes at that time.
Yeah.
So
what is it? The American Spirits or something like that?
No, it was Bugler. Cigarettes.
So where was your base? Like what state or
Washington?
Washington.
Yeah.
Washington State, Fort Lewis, Washington, known as Joint Base Lewis McChord.
We were on McChord when it happened.
Yeah.
Nice.
So when this happened, it was actually on the Air Force side. So dropped him off. We're fucking driving. So we're driving back. I was like, oh yeah, the coyote. So parked here, I want to say maybe good 50 yards away from it type of deal.
Less than that.
Was it less?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so like I said, it was a night of fucking drinking. So dropped it until I go out, fucking go up to the damn coyote, fucking sprinkle some tobacco, Santos de los Santos. I was done.
Yeah.
Walking back, fucking her and the other girl, get in that truck. Ah! All right. And
Get to the vehicle.
Cool. And my typical fashion, yeah, fuck you.
I ain't running for nothing.
Yeah. So I'm walking, they're like, go, Mikey, go. I'm like, the fuck are you guys screaming? And then they're like, look behind you. I look at the rear view mirror. Fucking Cody, fucking up and walks away. I'm like, oh.
So what exactly did you see, Cookie?
That's exactly what I saw. I was in the...
But like from here, he was facing away from it?
Well, I was in the passenger side because he was driving.
Yeah.
And all you can
Bad
see
idea.
is him walking in the rearview mirror. He's walking towards us, and you see the coyote like come to life and stands up like a normal, dog.
So as if it was just laying down, it just got up.
Yeah, it just got up and it started walking away, and it was like trippy.
From the first time you guys saw it, how long was it laying there? You think?
It was ran over.
It was literally run over, dude.
Like you saw,
like
that it was
indention
dead.
on the side, dude. So it was like.
So there's ribs exploded. Yeah, wow.
It was dead. It was probably there for maybe a day or two.
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, dude.
You're like, trust me, I ran it over.
It was one of those things. You know it was dead. You saw that it was dead.
Yeah, dude.
So it was there for a
Let's just
while.
say, so
That's
when we're dropping off homeboy, Cody was here.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it. Literally, I fucking drove onto the other lane to see it was dead. It was dead, dude. So fucking. Yeah.
And by like that time, it was about an hour it took to drop him off and come back.
Like 20 minutes. Yeah.
But even to be 20 minutes and for it to be laying there for that long.
So, yeah. So.
It's still a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if if it was alive, you would have saw it breathing or trying to move.
Yeah.
Driving past it, but it didn't move.
And do shit, dude.
dead.
So it's like, like I said, I didn't see it get up. She fucking saw it. Both her and our friend Tiffany.
And she's
But what
white.
did-
She's white with blonde hair, blue eyes. Doesn't believe in
none of that shit until that
she's
night.
she's
Until
a
that night.
Christian, and so she didn't.
How did she take it?
She
Like
thought
what
it
was her
erected.
what was her reaction?
She was. Eyes were wide and oh my god. That's all you can get out of her at the moment, and yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Surprised she didn't like start praying like right away. or
Right.
something.
Well, after that, she became a believer after the paranormal shit.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's a basic
Well,
thing.
yeah.
If you believe in like most religions, especially with like the whole afterlife and reincarnation type stuff,
I would
you
imagine.
should be able to believe in ghosts and those kind of spirits.
The
and
other
stuff.
thing is in Native American stories is Coyote's the trickster.
Or a medicine man.
Either or, but you're also supposed to give him some type
Yeah.
of medicine or blessing if you pass him, otherwise something bad could happen.
Yeah.
So I told him I'm not playing with that being here in Washington. No.
Me and a coyote like scared the shit out of each other one night. I was leaving my friend's house. It was like 2 a.m. And I was walking to my car, and I don't know why I always park like a little bit further away from the house.
Yeah.
Just old partying habits, I guess. But I was walking, all of a sudden, like, I'm getting close to my car, and the coyote, like, passes in front of my car before I get to it, and it sees me. I see it, I'm like, oh, shit, and the thing, like, looked at me, like, oh, fuck. And, like, it just ended up running away. Like, we just scared the hell out of it. Like, we weren't expecting each other.
And then I didn't know my other personal favorite. A lot of my paranormal experiences in Washington are my favorite ones. I don't know why.
Maybe because there's, like, a lot of Native American type stuff
I think
out
is
there.
that
Possible.
Yeah.
And it was more active than it is here.
Yeah.
That's
Do you think it's more active because there's more... There's more like solitude out there.
I think so, probably.
Possibly.
You know, like it's
That
not
and-
as much like population out there
Well, city
as
life
it is here.
kinda,
I think it's because of city life and the nature connect. It's
Yeah.
not because like we had trees even though we were in the city.
Yeah.
So I think it's still connected.
I'm saying like compared
And
to like how it
come
is
here,
out here.
yeah, out
Yeah,
here it's more
everybody's
connected.
so
Concrete.
caught in their lives
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
busy. That's why like the
They don't pay
haunting
attention
hours
to anything.
3
Yeah.
a.m. because everybody else is calm.
Oh, yeah.
asleep. Whereas if you're out up north,
Oh, hell yeah.
it's a lot
So
more
like the
calm.
spirits are like,
yeah.
oh, thank God these assholes are asleep. God.
No, I'm thinking. My other favorite one is when I went down to the cemetery. She didn't know where the fuck I went.
No, I knew because I was the one that was awake.
Oh no, I'm talking about my first encounter, not the one with me and Dustin.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Fucking, so my first one, I told her, I'm gonna go check out the cemetery. She's like, all right, be careful.
yeah.
So she's like, all right. So I go, and right before you pull up, an arch says Fort Lewis Cemetery. I fucking park, pretty much by it, and as soon as I walk through it,
That's the one where the dark shadow pulled your hoodie, huh?
yeah. So
I love the story. Yeah.
So
like
I
the
lost like
mentor.
instant fucking no reception,
yeah.
right? So I'm like, all right, well I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna leave my
Yeah.
phone inside in the truck.
Yeah.
So I'm just keep going, la 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 la, and then I'm like looking around, and all of a sudden I start hearing gunfire.
It's like a good setup to a horror movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and so obviously we at that time we lived on base, so gunfire, explosions, helicopters, it's a
common thing.
norm. So, and literally we'll fucking play a game, we'll sit down drinking with my buddies, like, all right, gunfire, name it. 50 cal. Yep. All right, 50 cal. Like, whoever lost, fucking, we gotta take a shot. So I'm like sitting there. I'm like, nah, that's a little too late for them to do that. So I'm like, it's not M16, not 249, not Ma Deuce. And I'm like, but it has sounded more heavier. I'm like, and I was like, for shits and giggles, I'm like, muskets. Yes, muskets. And I'm like, fucking keep on going. And all of a sudden you hear fucking drums. And I was like, the fuck?
Like whistles and
This is out in Washington too?
Yeah. So I hear drums, like, but it was like, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, the fuck? And all of a sudden you hear the snares, snare drums, like, da, 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 da. I was like,
So once you made the connection with the fucking
I was like,
musket,
yeah, I was like, the fuck?
That's true.
I was like, okay. So, and there's a huge, and obviously the cemetery has a lot of fucking trees, but there's a fucking huge one in there. So I'm walking, I'm like, doo. And all of a sudden, I was wearing a hooded jacket and I get tugged. I'm like, the fuck? And I actually literally turned around. I'm like, what the fuck?
Thought you got snagged on a tree or something.
Yeah, and so I'm like, all right, cool. So I keep on going. So I took like another 5 steps and got pulled back again. I'm like, what the fuck? And turned back around, nothing. And I turned towards back, going to the, I don't know, whatever, something was calling me to the fucking tree. So I was walking towards the fucking tree. And all of a sudden, I see the tree a little bit more. And all of a sudden, a fucking figure just fucking slides out. I'm like, ah. Alright, still going. So I was like, if it's someone and I got my knife, I'm gonna fuck you up regardless. So whatever the fuck you are. So I'm keeping going, and this time I get fucking yanked back. I mean, like, pull so hard that I went fucking 3 steps back.
So the body you saw was in front of you in a tree, but then you got
do
pulled.
you think it was
from
something
behind.
kind of like warning you, like, no, there's something bad there?
Probably,
like, stay away.
Probably. And all of a sudden, and I was like, fucking stop. And all of a sudden, I turned back. Instead of the fucking figure going, huh? All of a sudden, it's like full-blown figure with red eyes. So I'm like, bye. And I'm like,
I get what you're trying to tell me, man.
I'm going. I'm like, get in my truck. And I see like 15 missed calls from her. I'm like, oh yeah. And she's like, where the fuck were you? I'm like, I'm at the cemetery. Some crazy shit just happened. Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh. And so
it's him, really. Just,
yeah, right.
You know, some figures, muskets, this thing with red eyes.
So I told her, and she's like, "What the fuck am I?" No, but at this point, and she didn't believe me about the cell phone reset. So one day,
no wife will ever take that as an excuse. Like,
so she
you fucking find reception.
So we went through a route to go home. I was like, "Yep, fuck you." Went to the fucking cemetery, and it's wide enough for me that I can pull in my fucking truck. Fucking pulled in, no service. She's like, oh. I'm like, yeah.
Told you.
But when you saw the eyes, like how did that look? Like the way I imagine it is like just a shadow figure and then glowing eyes.
It was just red. It wasn't.
Could you just see the outline of the people?
It was just, no. It was just like red. It was like glowing red eyes. It's like your typical fucking anime demons. Like,
Yeah.
and so it was pretty much like that. So it was like, then I have my cabinets one that was fucking hilarious. I don't know who wants to go next. You want to go next week since we're still on Washington aspect?
Well, how did you get into the whole like Native American aspect? Like, were you born?
I was adopted into a Cherokee tribe. So one of my homeboys.
About that.
Pretty much, I met a guy in basic training. And so he was telling me about his whole upbringing. It was like we became pretty much BZT buddies. So we're talking about it, and so he's telling me more about about him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm in the Cherokee." I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking dope." Blah blah blah. I'm fucking. I have Aztec Mayan blood in me. Blah blah blah. He's, "Oh, dude, I'm Cherokee." I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah, pa." And start talking more about that shit. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, it's kind of weird for me." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, besides the fact I'm joining, as I'm also on the fucking Vision Quest." I'm like, "Huh?" I was like, huh? What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, it's like, this is my shaman told me, my medicine man told me this is your by me going to join the service is also going to serve as my vision quest. And I'm like, you're a fucking weirdo. So we keep on going. So me and him, so we're always stuck together, and everywhere we went, like out in the field, training, everything, I look in the sky, I'm like, dude, oh, fucking hawk. He's like, oh, that's a good sign. I'm like, what do you mean? So in Cherokee culture, hawks represent good luck and good fortune and whatnot. Well, and then so we keep going, and then one day we're out at the bayonet fucking training course, and all of a sudden we go, dude, fucking literally like 15, 20 hawks in the sky. I was like, dude, that's fucking bitchin'. And he's like, huh. He fucking didn't knowledge. He's like, oh, that's cool. He's like, huh. He was like, oh, okay. And so we continue our day off, rest of our day, and then so he got a phone call, and then later on that night he came to my bunk room, and he's like, hey, I finished my quest. I'm like, oh, okay. What, you found the fucking master sword now and you're fucking good to go? He's like, no. It's like, spoke to my medicine man and whatnot. And he's like, okay. And he's like, I was meant to find you.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, okay. And he's like, and something's going to happen to you that doesn't happen very often. I'm like, okay, what is it? You are now my brother, and you're part of the tribe. I was like, wait, what?
What if you would have been like, nah, I don't want this.
I wouldn't even know.
I'm anti-Cherokee. Imagine like you just say that like, oh man,
there was
I'm
something
anti-Cherokee,
there.
man.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, cool. So and he's like, all right, brother, your name's also Hawk in the Sky. I'm like, all right, cool.
That's fitting.
So yeah, so I was like, all right, cool. So, and then more he's telling. So later progress, I found out that our tribe, we are the clan of wolves, and we're a warrior house, and we're the only ones allowed to actually
bring in others.
Hunt wolves.
Oh, okay.
And we actually get to wear their pelts and everything like that. So we're like
true
we're the
guardian.
only, yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
ever see someone,
true hunter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That,
So
and they can have one as a
yeah, we can actually have one as a companion and everything, dude. So
That's pretty sweet.
so yeah, that's my native thing. So
So do you want one? Oh, you do.
I
have
do have one, not fully one, but I do have.
That's
I think my whole entire lifetime within the span of 6 years,
That's
I
cool.
think
we've had.
I have owned 4 or 5 wolf hybrids.
And those aren't. No
But isn't that
jokes,
crazy
man.
though that you've had wolf hybrids and all of a sudden you get, brought into a tribe that
Was supposed to be.
is meant to
Yeah,
hunt and keep wolves.
it's fucking dope, dude. So
Destiny.
yeah, so that's my thing on my aspect. You ready, Cookie?
I guess so.
Following that.
Right. Let's see. I've had a little girl follow me in Washington in our own home. I couldn't take a bath. I couldn't lay down and take a regular bath because she'd just stare. She'd lean over the tub and just stare at you. It's quite creepy.
Fuck
And now
yeah.
you have 3 of your own that do that.
Hey, I can lock the door at least. Okay, ghosts have no boundaries. I've learned that the hard way.
And how, what was the first time you seen this?
That like you tried to take a bath and all of a sudden there's a little girl looking at you. You're like,
Probably like
Close the
maybe after maybe the first 2 weeks of living in there.
oh shit. So
This was like a-
And I was
straight up
deployed.
Yeah,
knew.
he was deployed. So
This is like an apartment.
it's a townhouse.
Townhouses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because like usually those townhouses they're like pretty close together, huh?
Yeah, no, they were
share
They're
walls.
like wall to wall.
Was it on base?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on
Okay,
post.
so-
On post, there was more activity that I experienced than off post. I've had a crow come and visit me when we were living off post, maybe a couple times. Didn't think much of it. The one that really got me, that still gives me the chills, is Mike's uncle had passed overseas on deployment, killed in action, and I'm waiting for Mike to tell me, hey, I'm coming home for the funeral, blah, blah, blah. I'm packing everything, so I'm packing his duffel bag, throw it in the back of the truck, and nobody's home. Everybody's at work, and I hear, he's not coming, he's not coming. I'm like, what the heck? I turn around, nobody's home, everybody's at work. This is probably about 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock-ish. I'm like, okay, that's just weird. And the kids don't speak at this time. They're about, I don't know, under the age of 4. So they're not really,
2 and 1.
Yeah.
they weren't speaking sentences.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, that's weird, because they were in the house asleep while I was packing. I'm like, all right, cool. Continue packing. Went back inside, come back out, and then I hear, he's not coming, he's not coming. Turn around, and there's a crow. Just one crow, not, a flock or anything. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to leave the stuff in there and go.
So do you think a crow could possibly be your spirit animal?
It's possible. I've thought about it, but it only happened in Washington. Here in California, I have had no crow experience. They're everywhere here.
Well, yeah, because the crows in California kind of suck.
Yeah.
They're fat and happy. They'll take whatever's on the floor.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't think they're as connected as probably the ones in Washington, to be honest. The way the crows look here in California.
Yeah, they're pretty much like.
So maybe it was just like a spirit in that form that's just in that area.
Well, actually, I Googled and did some research.
That's what I was trying to pull up this loading for.
Crows supposedly have one eye in the past and one on the future. And they're also messengers from the other side.
In the stories of Odin, he had the two crows memory.
Ravens.
Well,
Aren't they from the similar family?
No, they're completely different.
Ravens are bigger than crows.
No, I know that, but aren't they similar, cousin type birds type thing? Because they look pretty similar. Just one's massive.
I think one's just bigger.
I think.
But I could be completely
wrong.
wrong.
Ravens are a whole lot bigger, and their beaks are pointed, not curved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they're a whole lot, 10 times, 100 times smarter than a fucking crow.
Ravens are brutal.
Oh shit! Okay, cool. Because I was gonna bring this up because she actually talked to someone about it too.
What?
Club Norfolk.
Oh my god.
But anyways, continue with your shit.
Yeah, that's another story. Let's see. So yeah, that was the most crow experience I've ever had, in contact.
And it's interesting.
I knew you can actually train them to talk like parrots.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, there's a video of a crow saying "fuck you" to some guy in the hood.
What?
He's like, "What?"
And that's what's interesting. The way you're telling the story of the crow saying he's not coming. It's like a crow just cocking or squawking out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because later on that day,
I did get a call saying
I told her I'm not going to the funeral, so she went in my place.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty weird because I was already on the road. I already left Fort Lewis by the time I got the phone call that he wasn't coming.
He already knew.
Yeah,
you're I might as well just start heading down there.
And then with the little girl though,
did you end up did you end up realizing eventually that okay, these crows are trying to tell me something, or they're
no? I already had a feeling that they were already trying to tell me that he wasn't coming, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, what if that was wrong, and that's why I left his stuff in the car.
Which is smart.
Yeah, I've had other experiences on military bases with Native American stuff than anywhere else. Here in California, I do have some experiences, but not as
heavy.
Yeah.
What was one of your most like memorable Native American stories?
Okay, so the one I have is I was at Fort Lee, Virginia. Yeah, Fort Lee, Virginia. We're marching from Chow Hall back to our barracks, and as I'm marching to the barracks, things just start getting weird. Everything kind of blurs out, and next thing I know, all I see is Native American tribes everywhere, like houses everywhere. Kids playing, women working, and men working, coming back from hunts and stuff, and I couldn't see anybody. Nobody familiar whatsoever, and I'm like, okay, this is totally weird. And I'm still marching, and I'm like, okay, how am I still able to function what I'm supposed to be doing in formation and still having this vision? I have to this day no answer for that, but I did research what was going on the base, and the government was removing bodies of the tribes that were in that area on the base. I couldn't figure out any more after that because I couldn't click on the article to pull it up and figure out more.
And then for the Native Americans to disturb the rest of the place
that's
is a big
disrespect.
There is no such thing as relocation for them,
no,
especially in their
it's where they're laid is that's their site. Like that's what they've been doing for generations. Yeah.
So it was pretty weird, and I had more experiences on that base. I've also had a vision, which I've only told Mike about this part, and very few people otherwise. We were having a barbecue in the barracks, and next thing I know, I just see people dead everywhere. I hear bombs going off, trucks getting blown up. It was like I was in the sandbox, and one of my battle buddies who I went through basic with was dead in front of me, her head shot. And I'm like, okay, tripping out. And I'm like, okay, this is a sign for something. This is a warning. Because the next thing I know, I hear, Gomez, hey, Gomez. And took me a while to snap. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? And they're like, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. They're like, come sit over here with us. I'm like, all right, cool. Didn't say anything after that. About maybe a month after, I went to go see my biological dad in Hawaii. He paid for me to go out there since he didn't make it to my graduation. And he invited me to go on a deployment with him. I said no. Yeah. Everyone told me I was crazy. I should have went. I would have been in good hands or whatever. I was like, no, this was a sign. Because before that, when 9/11 happened, I had a dream that my dad was somehow missing in action. Sweating bullets. Apparently I was screaming in my sleep. It was him and somebody else I knew that were with me on a deployment. And so I already took a sign. That was the first vision. The second one was seeing my battle buddy dead. And then when my dad offered, I was like, yeah, no.
The three. It's always the three that it's a sign. Once you get that third notice. Yeah.
Wow. So I was like, yeah, not happening, Dad. And he's like, why not? It'd be a great opportunity. He's like, you'll be with me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, I'll just report to my unit. I'm good. I didn't explain it to him. I didn't think he'd understand.
Yeah, he'd probably be like, no, it's just all in your head. Yeah. Like, get over it. And you're like, yeah.
So, but I've been introduced to Native American stuff since I was a kid. My grandma's the one who introduced me, and I kind of...
Is she Native American? Or at least part Native American or something?
She was actually researching before she passed away in 2006. She never got to find out. I was the one that took the DNA test, and I was like, yeah, 49% Native American. Booyah, I knew it. Type of, gloating like, I told you all.
What tribe?
Don't know yet.
Don't know?
Still researching.
Okay.
Yeah. So far, from what I'm gathering, possibly Yaqui.
Okay.
From the...
They're in the southwestern region.
Okay. Yeah. So are you kind of just going by like where your like most of your families come from, and then their relatives and all that stuff, kind of seeing what area type of where they're from?
I'm going off the area. So but that's just off my grandfather's side of the area. It's not my grandma's. It's still researching. Then sometimes
you have to go like deeper. It goes way back.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited. That's something I'm looking forward to because I've had so many experience. As growing up as a kid, dealing with it and having visions. I've always had visions. My sister sees ghosts.
So you're kind of like a clairvoyant in a sort of way?
Yeah.
Somewhat like that, yeah.
Somewhat, yeah.
Are you getting better at reading like your visions that you have, or sometimes you have to like sit on it for like a few days and be like, what the fuck does that mean?
Sometimes I have to sit on it, like the one that I told you guys about deployment. Yeah. That one that was from like 9/11, all the way up until 2007 to know what I wasn't supposed to do.
Yeah, and that's kind of like with the tarot cards, where it brings it up and then it activates that in your mind. So every time these other things happen, it brought those first signs right into your head, I'm sure.
Yeah. It did. Yeah. But as soon as he asked, I was like, I already knew.
And did anything happen with him?
No, he's fine. He retired. Okay. He's been retired for a while now.
Oh, so he wouldn't have been working, but you would have been working on his base.
Yeah, I would have been working with him.
Yeah, but then you don't know how the situation could have changed if you would have gone there.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because the friend that was in the first dream got out. I think 3 years after or something like that, after 9/11, and then he had still been in when he offered. He was already on deployment. He flew home, came to visit, and then went back. So I was like, I'm not taking any chances.
Yeah, so you don't know what could have happened if you would have been there, because especially with, I'm sure it's kind of like different if you have someone that you like truly like care about, like, and they're like, especially like family and stuff next to you, you're gonna pay a lot more attention to that family member. Do all that stuff. So sometimes it could I can see it like getting kind of distracted if something would to happen, to be like your mentality would be like, oh no, I have to take care of mostly like this person, like I have to take care of everybody else, but this person's like my main priority right now type of thing. So it can just mess up lots of stuff out there.
And then with the crow and everything, that that had more of a benevolent feeling, like no sense of animosity or anything like that. No
animosity. But it was like a feeling of a warning, like hey, you
just
should
trying
be
to like
aware.
heads up.
Yeah. So I wasn't like too upset when he actually called, and I'm like, I kind of figured. Yeah. And then I told him about the crow.
Well, I'm a little curious with when you're marching down and you're seeing these.
Yeah, did it start out kind of like just tunnel vision? Or was it just kind of did it like blur
into how like when you see a film reel go through and it like kind of like things start
Yeah.
coming into vision. Like
when
on
my
the
blood
reels.
sugar goes low, I'll start to see that filter
blurry flow
kind of
Yeah,
look.
it was like that.
So they kind of like flickered in.
They kind of flickered in, and they finally came into like clear view.
Wow.
So it's like you were living it in real time.
Yeah, it was like I was actually there. Like I was walking
shit.
through it, and then there was one point I forgot where we were going.
Do you think your Native American connection was also like triggered whatever was that helped you see that?
I think so, because sometimes there was like I said, there was a lot that I kind of experienced on that base. There was like ghosts that ran through the barracks.
How was that? What was that like?
Okay, so I thought it was just me on drugs because I had just had my wisdom teeth.
Oh, I thought you said because I did some.
No. I'm pretty. I've never done that. So, no, I had just had my wisdom teeth pulled, and I'm upstairs. I'm like, okay, nobody's up there with me. The only person when that was on duty was the drill sergeants, and they were downstairs. And I'm like, okay, cool, just chilling in bed, and you hear the freaking lockers just slamming, and then all these windows start opening, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Because you can feel the wind blow through, and then this bug comes in, and I'm trying to kill this damn thing. Didn't die, flew out the window. Those suckers are hard. It would look like a wasp, but it was freaking hard to kill with a broom. I just couldn't kill it.
Not yellow jacket.
Next thing I know is I walked by a bedroom, and I see the locker door open and slam, and I'm like, F this shit. Went downstairs, and I'm
You're
like,
all alone.
And I looked at the drill sergeant, and he's like, are you okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. I was like, I just had my wisdom teeth pulled, and there's something up there slamming lockers. He's like, no one's up there. And he's like, just go sit in the.
That's when you were like, oh shit, she really did see a ghost. Like,
He's like, fuck.
Yeah, he's like, just go sit over there. It's almost time to eat. And I'm like, I just had my wisdom teeth pulled. How am I gonna freaking eat? So I just went and sat.
like mashed potatoes or ice cream or something.
Yeah.
So how long did you see that little girl in your house
I want to
for?
hear more.
Oh
about
my
her.
gosh, that thing.
Was it still around? Like when you came back, was it still around? Or by that?
Hell yeah.
Oh fuck yeah,
You
she
stayed
was
there through the whole time.
Did you ever
until you
see
guys
it?
left.
I saw her once.
Really?
Yeah, but she liked me though.
Apparently.
Yeah, she did like me.
She didn't like you.
I guess not, because she wouldn't let me take a shower by myself.
No,
Maybe she just wanted to keep
So
you
what was
company.
the first time like? Like I would freak the fuck out if that ever happened.
like old people and little kids.
Let me
scare
give
the
you
shit
guys
out
a
of me.
little background. Like I said, my sister seen ghosts since she
So
was
you
a
just
little
used to
kid.
it.
So
And you
to
met
me, it was like, this is awkward. I'm gonna get out of the bathtub, go get dressed. Yeah, no, she was around for quite some while. Yeah, like I said, we've had my family's had experience with supernatural for quite some time. Apparently, I don't know, it's gone back generations. And we only hear stories from certain family members about certain people doing we had one grandmother who dabbled with, I don't know if it was white magic or not, or what.
pretty much brujeria.
Yeah, brujeria.
Yeah,
A little bit of both.
So, heard about her. So I mean,
Could be something that's just stuck in the bloodline.
and that's what my mom and I figured. It's probably something in the bloodline because, like I said, my sister's seen it. She used to fight with us. We're like, go clean your room, and she told my stepdad, no, Daddy, you go clean your room. And she told him, oh, I can't go down the hallway one day. And we're like, what do you mean? The lady in the black dress won't let me. And we're like, what the hell?
The fuck?
Exactly. And she described the lady's dress, and it was like in the 1800s type of dress. Apparently, we were off the Mormon Trail somewhere in San Bernardino. And the house next to us and right behind their house, there was actually a body of a Mormon buried in that backyard.
Oh shit.
Unnamed.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's a lady with.
Probably.
find out her name.
We never found out the name
That's when you
or
get to
anything.
get out that Ouija board, go back and find out her name and set her to rest.
No, but
Maybe she has a story that she wants to get out.
There's a
Probably.
reason why they kept her out of the cemetery.
Yeah.
Watch.
well, then again,
The reason she's like one of the
Well,
head
you gotta
like
remember the Mormon,
witchcraft ladies.
especially during the Mormon Trail, dude. If someone fucking died, they was like, all right,
That'll
bury you
heal,
here, and then
Yeah, this is where you're
that's
staying.
true.
We have no time to carry
Yeah.
you back. Like, it's
No, but
more weight.
the little girl at the house, like I only saw her once. That's it. Never again.
But what were you doing when it happened?
I was actually laying down playing my PSP in our room, and TV went fucking wonky in the kids' room. And she got up, went to the restroom. Was like, "Oh, she's gonna go fix it." And all I hear is this. fuck no. And then I'm like, the fuck is going on? And it was raining.
Yeah.
And she came and was like, nope. I'm like, what the fuck is that girl? I was like, what girl? And then she's like, no, the little gross girl. And then you look at your phone. And then so she's like, the little ghost girl. I'm like, oh, the one that fucking scares the shit out of you. She's like, yeah. And it's like, she's in the fucking kid's room. I'm like,
oh, because she was in the window.
Yeah.
I was trying to fix the TV. And so the kid's window is like exactly like in this room.
Yeah.
And the TV is right in front of the window.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to fix it. And I leaned down, I look in the window, and there you see her behind me. I'm like, yeah, fuck no, hell no. So I was like, no.
You should have offered. You should have left like a little toy for her outside
What
or
did her
something so she
face
can
look
play.
like?
She was pretty pale.
Did she
she's
have
white.
like a mean look? Or?
No, she had jet black hair and her bangs were cut across, so it's kind of hard to see the eyes a little bit. Yeah, and her facial expression was a little hard. She never smiled. She never
Just
like
neutral.
looked mad. Yeah, it was pretty neutral, and she had a white nightgown, maybe from like the 1800s, 1700s. It was kind of hard to tell because it's a white nightgown.
Maybe she died from like a disease or something like that.
well, the museum used to be a fucking hospital
for tuberculosis or something. Yeah.
So
it could have been that.
Yeah. So when she said fuck no, and she told me about it, and so I go in the room,
I fucking hate it.
and so I'm looking around. I was like, where the fuck is she? And
Surprise!
Yeah, no, literally surprise. And,
Fuck that.
Because I'm looking around and I look in the fucking and it's pitch black outside. So I look out the window and it's raining.
It's nighttime.
So I'm looking. I'm like, huh. And the bathroom light was still on, so I can see the reflection from the bathroom. And then literally she's just fucking poof. Like literally like a pier type of deal, like around the corner type of deal thing. Mm-hmm. And she stood there. And I'm like, okay. And then she literally fucking went like this, bah, and then went back to the fucking corner. I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, all right, cool.
That's when Mike just yells back, "You're right, Cookie. Fuck this. Fuck this."
But she,
He goes in the back and that's all she is.
But I figured she liked me because she always fucked with me in a fucking playful way. Because okay, so pretty much it was a night where because. I
think you might have told me this story.
Yeah, the
like
cabinets.
I think it was off air,
in the water.
but
in the water.
Yeah.
So pretty much after we all hang out, because there's a family of four of us families, we all get together, hang out, drink and whatnot, and then after that we're done, we all go to our separate houses, and all of us guys play fucking Call of Duty together. So and one of my buddies, he has a code word because his girl didn't like him smoking, so his code word was pancake.
Oh, she hears this now, she'll know.
Yeah, so pancake. So we go outside, fucking gather up, fucking quick break, smoke, fucking grab some more beers if we need to and whatnot. So that night, my house was the designated beer holding area.
Yeah.
So I had all the beers. And so we're outside, so we're all chit-chatting, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, cool. All right, let's get back on gaming. All right, cool. I was like, hold on. I'm going to take a piss, finish my cigarette, and then we're good to go. I'm like, all right, cool. So go, pee, and then all of a sudden, all my fucking cabinets were fucking open. I'm like, all right, fuckers, which one of you guys fucking did this? They're like, no, we didn't do shit. And I'm like, okay. So I start closing it, go back outside, finish my cigarette, and all of a sudden, we're like, all right, who needs beer? We're good. I was like, hey, and my homeboy, he's like, hey, let me grab some. All right, cool. So we're going to the kitchen, and I grabbed it, and all of a sudden, the faucet turns on. I'm like, huh. And then so all that logical is like, okay, you know, and I was like,
physically turn.
Then it's like, I've heard that when it gets cold enough, the pressure buildup will actually cause it to turn on.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, it makes total sense.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
I believe it 100%.
And then he's like, yeah, I totally understand it. It's like, but he's like, what are you gonna do? For shits and giggles, bro. He's like, what? Turn it off. Oh.
Now do the dishes.
And we're like,
I would have been happy with that.
we're like, yeah, I'm gonna go sit down in my chair, all right? He's like, I'm gonna go. So we go. And so pretty much the setup is kitchen, hallway, stairs, and then living room. Yeah. And then I'm like in the center with my little fucking chair, and all of a sudden I hear it go on, and I literally yell, "Turn it off!" 2 seconds later, stairs.
What the fuck?
Oh, hell no.
I was like,
oh god, the little laugh.
I was like,
had to.
Hell no. Maybe it's the realization that you guys actually like noticed her. Like maybe if you guys would have seen her and didn't react,
Yeah.
it would have been. She probably would have like
tried
gone
to
away.
block her off and ignore her.
it's just that area.
It got worse.
Yeah, that area.
Well, it does.
Oh, shit.
For me.
Yeah, we're coming in.
Instead of focusing on all of us, it became us.
No, that's totally fine. It's great fucking stories.
But
We'll do part 2.
But it was worse. Our neighbor.
Oh my gosh.
It was horrible.
Wait, what had happened with that?
Her house was infested with ghosts.
Oh shit.
And
Really?
like, dude. Okay, you know
it was to the point that she was calling housing on us, blaming us, saying that we were rowdy and that our kids were keeping up her daughter.
Which so yeah.
So
Yeah, so-
and we're like, what are you talking about? Like we couldn't hear anything from her side of the house
because it's
We're like,
concrete right there.
Yeah.
it's total concrete, bricks, whatever you want to call it. You couldn't hear anything, and she was blaming stuff on us. So we're like, what are you talking about? The kids' closet door is always closed, and we never hear you guys. How can you say that it's our kids that are being loud? And
How can you hear us but we can't hear you?
Yeah.
And then one day her little girl goes to the closet and she's like she couldn't really talk. So she's like, like pick me up. And she's putting her hands up for somebody to pick her up.
In the closet.
Yeah.
In the closet.
Fuck that.
But hold on. So
What's weird is our kid's closet and her daughter's closet are back to back.
Yeah, so they share.
So
it.
they share a
Makes sense.
closet. So that's why I told her that doesn't make sense how you can hear us, but we can't hear you
Yeah.
from the room.
so
Mike went over.
pretty much all started is that she was saying her because we're all fucking hanging out outside and obviously drinking and smoking, and she's like, and so our good friend's like, hey Mikey, you need to go check their house out. I'm like, why for? She's the fucking enemy. You know this. She's like, no, I think you need to go. I'm like, why? Is that it's involved with her kid. I'm like, fuck, fine. So I go and as soon as I stepped in their house, dude, it fucking was heavy, dude.
Just that heavy fucking deep chest fucking feeling. You're
Dude, it was. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you can feel like so much negative shit, and it didn't help too that. I'm not. No, obviously, I don't remember their fucking names, so it doesn't really matter. They were fucking constantly fighting, dude. Like, in and out, dude. So it's like,
And is that a cause of maybe what's already there?
probably
Some of that negative energy
We don't know.
is
So,
both
We
feelings
don't
like
know. Well, Fort Lewis is haunted. Like
the whole.
it's in a sense you can say it's cursed because of what happens
Lewis
between
and
Lewis and
Clark.
Clark and
Let's
the Native
go
American
investigate.
tribe.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm down.
it's to the point where if you are off post and you're on the civilian side of the post and you're driving around through the woods, you can see red eyes at night.
Yeah, you can see shadows popping out.
No joke, you can see red eyes just staring at you, and it's kind of creepy. You get the chills, and you're like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. That's the only feeling you'll have.
I'll have that feeling, but I'll still go forward.
But on
we'll
post,
see.
it's a different story. You can feel it
Yeah.
in certain areas,
It's
like
palatable.
That's crazy.
So
especially at the museum.
That's what I've been hearing. That the museum
It's
is
fucking-
one of those things where like fucking things will be moving around you and shit.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you can feel the mannequins staring at you. You can actually see as you're walking. Because I was pregnant with Aiden at the time, and you can actually.
Yeah.
Chris is over like, nope.
It's
No, I'm pregnant. And I'm walking through, and I'm telling Mike, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
And I'm
Like,
just
come on,
fucking enjoying it. I'm like, oh, look at this school.
I'm sitting there like, nope, no, and I see this hall like where you have to walk and you see all. I'm looking at the clothes because they're from
Different time eras.
yeah,
Yeah.
but Mike's just seeing the
So-
clothes. You're seeing people in them.
Well, I am seeing people in it, and I'm
That's
like,
what I'm imagining.
we gotta go. And 'cause you can see the eyes
This isn't
just
fun
staring
anymore.
at you,
Fuck.
and they're not even friendly.
Fuck that.
And you can see the mannequin's head slowly moving and following you as you're walking through. The
You're even
area.
getting hands.
No, well, I'm always shaking. But like,
Fucking
what?
scared
I'm the
as
kind of
shit,
person
bro.
who
It's like
would
the Haunted
tell it
Mansion.
to show me something, like show me
Oh
proof
no,
that
you don't.
you don't have to with them,
You
dude.
can
Yeah.
actually see the mannequin's head slowly moving as
That's
you're
why oh
walking.
my god,
and
I need to
looking.
go there.
But
Like what? Let's go.
Fucking, like, tearing
Let's
up
go.
and shit.
But so
Trip to
before, all
Washington.
right, so with that, so finished with the our neighbors. So she's like, hey, you know what, blah blah blah. I was like, you know what, I don't fucking like you, but the kid's here. You know, I didn't. So I did it. So I got into the and I was walking around, and so I ended up going in the kids' room, and it felt fucking dark. I meant like dark, and all of a sudden I was like, hey, let your daughter roam around. And she's like, what? I was like, let your fucking daughter roam around her room. And she's like, okay. And she starts walking around. And then she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I was like, no. For me, it's like, I'm doing a fucking social experiment with you fuckers right now. But I didn't tell her. I was like, I just want to see something. And she's like, okay. And the kid stopped. And she fucking stood and looked at the fucking closet. And then she went like this. I'm like, no, bitch, get the fuck out of the house now. She's like, what? Just get the fuck out of the house. Go tell Cookie, go get me fucking sage. Like, now.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, what do you have in this fucking house? It's either good. I don't know if it's good or bad, but
It's pulling at your daughter.
it's pulling at your daughter. So I fucking cleansed it. But I don't know if it really helped between them. But
Well, it seems like that since the whole base is like haunted in that sense, maybe these two people with their fighting and arguing
it
just
doesn't help.
ramped it up
Yeah, it
so
did.
much to the point, and now
It did because
it's affecting the little
we
girl.
actually it didn't just affect the girl; it actually affected
The
our
whole
house.
community.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it's
you-
kind of like a black hole. It's
Yeah.
supposed to pull
Yeah.
others in.
But
But
on the
it
museum,
seems like every place on this base has the same.
oh yeah, no,
potential,
yeah,
you
no.
know,
Like it's like even on the base, it used to be
Fucking crazy.
on the old side of the base.
Oh
called
my god,
North
that's funny
Fort.
as fuck.
Called North Fort. So it was an on-base club for people, right? For us soldiers and whatnot. They finally closed it down.
They had no choice.
They didn't have no choice because they're saying, "Oh, renovations or whatnot." But in reality, she talked to someone that said, "No, this is why the fucking club got shut down."
Why is that?
It was so haunted that they had to do exorcisms, and the exorcisms weren't even working.
Yeah,
From the people.
no, in the building.
In the
place,
building
okay.
itself, they had to do.
So
they
there's
had-
major attachments. You
Oh.
think it wasn't even in the buildings? It was mostly just on the ground.
No, dude,
No.
like,
like on the
Oh, I
location.
see what you're saying. The
Like,
You know,
ground
like
itself.
the actual place itself,
Like, if it
like
had
the
a-
place itself actually had
be.
an attachment, like spirits had an
It's
attachment to the actual
possible.
location, not just
I
the
mean-
house, but
There's a possibility.
because you know it's like those things where there can be an Indian burial ground.
Yeah.
Right,
You
yeah.
mess with it and then you build the house on top of it.
Yeah.
It's not so much that the house is haunted. It's the
the
grounds
area.
that it's
Yeah.
in that they're like, oh, dude, you're building some
I
shit
mean,
on here, so we're gonna fuck with you.
it's
Like,
possible. It's very highly
I
possible.
don't know because the tribes in that area they bury their dead in the tree.
Well, two different tribes.
shit.
There's
Well, what
one
do
in
they
the
cut?
tree,
Yeah, what do
the
they
other's
cut
in a
down the
mound.
trees and see
Yeah,
the way?
and
Like,
then
they're
another
still
tribe
messing
makes
with
a
their
big giant,
Yeah, I see what
literally
you're
a
saying.
mound. But yeah, so this club, dude, their electric bill was going fucking skyrocketed. Like,
Yeah, the bills
bad.
were high.
They were constantly replacing TVs because they were being
Blown out.
broken. No, broken. I
Not
mean,
just blown out.
pulled off the fucking wall into the ground. Like,
fuck that.
the whole place was constantly getting trashed.
It seems
So they're like,
It
no.
was just something malevolent.
Oh, yeah,
just
dude.
totally
Yeah.
fucking.
So
Well, it
they're
seems like
like,
the museum, like
It's
the way
the
she
same
was
with the museum.
describing.
Well, didn't he say
But
that
the museum used to also at one point be a hospital and
that's what I was
also a
gonna get at right
hotel
And
so,
now look at it. Now it's turned into a museum where you gawk at these clothes,
Well,
and if there's
actually,
any
when we-
attachment to the clothes, then you're pretty much like a animal in the zoo.
Well, the
being
thing
stared
too,
at, and that's why they're like,
when we
You know,
were
yeah.
there,
possible.
the museum was in renovation for like 6 months.
Yeah.
No, it was longer than that.
Was
It
it
was
longer?
close to a year because you got out and it was still closed
Oh, yeah.
when we left.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, that's how bad it was, and everybody knew that was haunted because that was also having it. They were doing blessings in the building because a lady who I spoke to also did it for the club, and so she's like, "Yeah, that's the whole reason why it's closed. It's not even really being renovated." I mean, she's like, "They are fixing stuff, but that's not the real reason."
So it was haunted as fuck.
Yeah, it was haunted as hell.
So they're trying to find a way to fucking clear that shit out.
Yeah.
But you have to get everybody in the book. So
Yeah.
that kind of shit, when it's super saturated like that, it's maybe it'll work for a handful, but not everything that's.
Oh yeah, no. Like I even saw the infamous ghost, the platoon of soldiers marching in Fort Lewis, and they fucking disappear.
Well, that's why I think it's like
I didn't see him, but I
you
heard
can do
him, and
whatever you
it's
want to
trippy.
cleanse this spot, but it feels like
it's impossible.
I think that's
If
just
these
become
people-
one of those things where it's just saturated into
well,
the
if these
land.
people died in
Yeah.
times of war or anything,
It's
on that
impossible,
lines,
dude, because
they're
Especially
being
it being-
reminded,
being on a
of
base
that same
and-
kind of mentality, or they're seeing soldiers, which they died at the hands of soldiers.
And how many other
So
like
it's kind of like a constant
spirits of
reminder.
soldiers and stuff like that, like even from like the old days, like who actually served, and they just see a base and that's all they knew when they passed away, so they just go back to the base because that's their comfort.
Oh, you really
That's
want
that's
to know a really fucking fucked up one?
No, let's end it on that one.
It's actually we'll end it on this one. It's actually not in the States. It's actually in fucking Korea.
Oh, shit,
And-
that one.
She knows which one. So they don't use this gate anymore. I mean, it's closed off.
They had to shut it down.
At one point, so the story goes that when because usually it's one or two soldiers there at the guard at this gate, and it never fucking fails at clockwork.
Yeah.
11 o'clock on a dot. A soldier will walk up to you. Hey, can I have a cigarette? Yeah. Cool. Here you go. Disappeared. Walks off and just fades.
Yeah.
So and everybody said, "Yep, the fucking ghost soldier." So after so many people been complaining, they close that fucking gate down. They don't even know who the soldier is, any backstory.
I think at that point, I mean, like, keep the gate open, but just have like a fucking pack of cigarettes. So when he comes, just hand him one and just let him be on his
but
way.
even when the people that fucking reported this, motherfucker literally takes the cigarette,
Physically.
lights it up, and walks away. And you'll say thanks, and then fucking walks off and then disappears.
Damn. Do you think that sounds like it's more residual? Than
I think
anything?
it's a residual haunting, but I think it's powerful enough.
Physically.
to physically grab something. I mean, well, there's spirits enough to like grab things and throw them off and break them and open things, so shit like that.
Well, even in the idea of like a microwave, in order to cause heat, you have to shake the atoms. So
Yeah.
For it to like physically touch it and light it, it's kind of plausible in that sense that it's able to ignite it that way.
Yeah.
And kind of
That's
just giving you
crazy.
the illusion of fire but just I don't like just to really feel something and touch it. And like you really don't know what is and isn't possible because to feel something, is that make it real?
Yeah.
I mean-
well,
That's some mind blowing shit.
yeah.
Just because you touch it doesn't mean it's really there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Exactly. Yeah. Or just the level, like how Cookie's able to see this, like the other dimension in that sense, or it's their planes of existence right here, and those Indians are always there, just continuing that life
On fucking repeat.
and she was able to just kind of bring those two
Tap
planes
into it,
together,
Yeah.
where it kind of
Well, that's a
blended
trip.
in.
Yeah.
I think that itself, I think, is more scary than seeing
It-
actual spirits.
honestly,
because then
it
you're like,
felt
dude,
scary
yeah, because
'cause-
you're there. Like,
Am I able to get
like,
out?
What the fuck? Like, am I dreaming? Because like I've had those vivid dreams where you're like, nah, dude, this is way too real to be a fucking dream. And all of a sudden you jerk awake. You're like, what the hell
Well,
just
that's the
happened?
thing too. Like I've done drugs in the past. Cookies
I've never done
that's
drugs.
exactly it. But like,
So, other than medical
back in the
ish,
back in the day, like
Right.
when I
Medical
was coming
LSD.
down from like ecstasy or something, I'd be driving, and it would literally look from the side of your eye as if someone's like running in front of your car.
Yeah.
No, that was
Yeah.
just me, bro. It was
Well, I know. I'm just saying, but that reminds me of
Really
like
fast.
how she was able to see these things going
Yeah.
on, and like, okay, I always wrote it off like I'm tripping,
Yeah.
but like, what if it's a little bit more than that, or like, spirits like, oh, this guy's tripping balls, let's fucking let's run in front of his car real quick, because then I stop and look, and there's nothing there, like, yeah.
Dude, if I was a spirit and I saw someone that was living in my house, like what used to be my house or whatever, like doing drugs, I'm like, I'm gonna fuck with them so hard right now. I'm gonna mess with them
What
so
did you-
hard.
yeah.
Like, I don't know, just start giving them like a shoulder rub, like, how's it going? Just,
Oh yeah, and since we were talking about sage earlier, if you ever need that, we got a new shirt.
yeah.
yeah. It's a Got Sage shirt.
I was like, oh, that's awesome. I got to wear it to a powwow.
I know, I need it.
Oh my god, it's a ghost. No, you can actually get the t-shirts. The link's gonna be on our Instagram page and on our Facebook page.
Yes, sir.
So make sure to check that out.
Yeah, $22, I believe they are, and it's really awesome looking shirts for hunting.
Different colors, and there's shirts from all of our podcasts on the network.
Yeah, my favorite one is the doll one that we got with the Raggedy Ann one.
Oh, the Annabelle, the real Annabelle
The
doll.
real Annabelle one.
My mom actually had one like that.
Yeah.
I remember that as a
Actually,
kid.
she's a cool person to her fucking stories.
I want to bring my mom on too. Tell
Her
hers.
stories are fucking trippy. All right, guys.
So that was part one of our origin stories.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell
Next
all
week
my
will be
stories. We'll
part
get
two.
Chris's stories, and then we'll talk about Jose's as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few.
Oh, and
The resident skeptic.
Yeah,
Yeah, the resident
Patrick
skeptic.
has a story where he stubbed his toe once and he blamed it on a ghost.
All right,
Always
guys.
blame it on the beaner,
Thank you
know.
guys.
Really?
Always.
God. All right, guys. I'm Mike.
I'm Jose.
And I'm Aaron. Yeah.
And I'm Cookie.
Whoa. Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you,
And our
Spirits.
resident Chris.
All right, guys. See you next week.